Good morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Hope you've had a good week. It's a lovely sunny morning here in Mitcham, so without further ado we'll crack on with a couple of bits that have arrived this week. We're going back to 1982-3 here with lovely tour itinerary. This is a tour that first time I went to Australia, so it's a tour itinerary 1982-3. So everything's in there you need to know, where they're playing, who they're playing. It was Australia and New Zealand, one day internationals in New Zealand. But an interesting bit in the front here, sponsored by Cornhill. And just at the front, I will find it in a second, this little thing. Right, so it's got here, when Cornhill Insurance announced its sponsorship for Test cricket in England, they also pledged that financial support and team incentives would be given to overseas tours by England. The 1982-3 England touring team will receive a team award of $1,750 for each England Test victory. So they only won one, so they didn't actually make too much money out of Cornhill that year. Whether that extended to the one-day internationals, I don't know. But it's a nice tour itinerary there that I was fortunate enough to get on. We arrived in Melbourne the day before the famous test where Jeff Miller called it off of Tavray, off of Botham. The famous victory that, well, it was the tightest test victory at the time with 3 runs. So that was a great experience, I've got to say. So a couple of other bits that are on that tour that I've got, which is a nice tour, England touring team official sheet there. There's also got Trevor Jesty in there, who's called up to the party as well. And I can't remember who he's called up for, but anyway, it's a nice signature sheet there from 1982-3. And then we've got the Ian Botham sale a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, I managed to get hold of this lovely, which I've shown before obviously, this lovely bowl here. It's a punch bowl that Ian Botham won against when he beat Dennis Lillee in a trotting match. Which is a fantastic evening. I have to say, I thought they were just going to meander around in a couple of these trotting things, you know. But they went hell for leather, I've got to say, and Ian Botham was an impressive winner. So that was nice. On that, there's the programme for the evening. So it was at the Globe Derby Park, Adelaide. A sheet of newspaper there with all the races in. And there's the evening's programme. So let's see if I can find the Dennis Lillee page here. There it is there, look. Sponsored by BP 5DN Super Challenge. There's the race there. So quite a good thing. Where does it say? Barrier and horse draw between races 3 and 5. After Super Challenge, track presentation to winner to be made by Ken Cunningham and David Hooks. So that's a nice one there, a nice little bit of memory there from the Botham tour. And if you did get something off the Ian Botham sale, you'd have had your Knight's official certificate there, signed by Botham at the bottom there. So that's quite a nice little thing there from 1982-3 tour. So I'm pleased to get hold of those this week. I'll just put that back in there. Right, okay. And the other thing, I filled a little, hang on just one more minute, there's one more. I took a lot of photographs and there's a nice photograph there of Jeff Thompson. And when he come down to Sussex a couple of years ago, managed to get him to sign this photograph. It was taken by me. Classic action there with Jeff Thompson. Jeff Miller is the batsman, I think. Could be Derek Randall actually. And I think that's Mel Johnson as the umpire. So it was a great to get him to sign that, I have to say. So anyway, I filled a gap up this week with the 1951 Surrey team photograph there from their great period. These are all published by FC Dick, the Oval Bookshop, and on the back there, they're nearly all hearty greetings up until 1960. So that's one of my missing years there. 1951, and that you can get all sorts of other bits and pieces with that. There's a couple of nice signature sheets here, There's a nice one there with Peter May took over 1956. Signed sheet there, signed signatures. And there's another one there. This is going to be 1957, this one. So this one's captained by Stuart Surrey there. So quite a nice pair in there. Of course you had dinners as well, so which is the first dinner. This, where are we? This one here, 1952. This was actually Arthur McIntyre's copy. Nice bit of brown ribbon there. And then you've got some signatures. And you also get the team photograph there as well. So signatures in there of Laurie Fishlock, Jim Laker, Alec Bedser and Eric Bedser in there at the top corner there. So quite a nice menu there from the Arthur McIntyre collection, that one. And a couple of other menus there from that era, 1959, which I've just recently bought off of Alex, which is the 59 or 58, sorry. You also get the team photograph in those menus, in the menu there. So championship dinner at the Grosvenor House, Park Lane, on Wednesday, April 15th. So it was only a couple of days ago, in 1959. And the last one there is the 1955, and you get a photograph of both the first and the second team there in this one, which is nice. I'm quite pleased to get hold of that one. That one, that championship dinner there is actually signed by quite a few of the players. I think there's one or two missing, but nicely signed there underneath the team photograph. And nice to get hold of that one. So that goes in there as well. So anyway, that's about it for this week. I'm glad to fill a couple of holes up this week of in the collection. There's a couple of holes left to fill in that 1950s one with menus and what have you, but eventually I'll get hold of those. I hope you got on all right last week at night. So I managed to get hold of the 1920-21 ship, the Osterley, signed by the Australian team and the England team. So that filled my gap up with those. So that's a fully complete set now. So anyway, I hope you did all right, and I'll hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.